Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Tony's Picks Happy Hour. It's Monday. Let's start the new week getting them winners flowing. College basketball doing well. We can't complain there, but MLB, woo, he's still taking a beating in that thing. So rough start for me there, but hey, lots of time. We still got 4,000 plus games for me to bounce back on the MLB. But hey, last game tonight in the national championship. Looking forward to that. We've seen Detroit trying to hang on here to this early game win here, up 5-1, trying to beat the Yankees and their cheating torpedo bats in that one. Definitely, what else we got going today? We got a few on the ice and with some good playoff implications there as well. A couple on the NBA that definitely have some playoff implications as well. As always to do, rapid fire, get right to those picks, but we'll see how the Cappers are doing. I got the three Ramigos with us here today again to kickstart the week. Ron and Ramon. Well, head on over to Ramon. And how's your Monday going, Ramon? How was your weekend?
Oh, Rod, good weekend with some great games. Obviously tonight, man, this game is going to really be intriguing, to say the least, when you've got Florida style against Houston style. So we might have a light card, but we got the main event tonight, and I don't think anybody's truly disappointed, except maybe those Dukies. But I think any college basketball fan is ready to go. And man, what a matchup! The odds say it all. So we'll see what you guys like, and maybe what the chat likes. Looking forward to this one.
Definitely. How are you doing here on this Monday, Ron? How was your weekend?
It was a good weekend, and I start the day with none other than a push. Draw no bet. Osasuna. Draw no bet.
24.
They had to get that little penalty in for the last. They had to get that penalty in. You know, you got to watch those cheating Spaniards, man, at home. They try to get them penalties in the last minute to get that push. But, yeah, started the day with a push. I had a great day yesterday with the best bets. Nice hit there with the Ottawa Senators on the puck line, and came back with the Knicks in the NBA. So looking forward tonight. It's going to be a great game. You know, I've been tossing it back and forth, but man, is there really any kind of edge? You know, it's going to be a great one. So let's look at it.
Right. Let's get to that one first. Might as well, since we're talking about it. It is the big game that people are all talking about here today. That could go either way. Definitely. We've seen both teams with big giant comebacks to get here to the finals. So definitely, I think we're in for some fireworks. So let's kick it off here in this one. We got Florida laying a point. I see point and a half. Definitely shop your number, whatever side you're looking to back here in this one tonight. Because I've seen definitely a couple of variances in some books by a half point. And you never know. This might come down to that half point. And then the total, I see 141, 140 and a half in places. But definitely shop your number there and whatever you want in that one. Let's kick it on over to Ramon. What do you like in the national championship of college basketball tonight?
Pass. No.
Okay. On the run. What do you like here in the college basketball?
You wait your turn, Ron. I think the T's said it all right. It's going to be a matter of maybe a matter of preference, if you will. I think with what type of style. Nobody plays the style almost that Houston does. There's a couple of teams out there that really like to muck it up and play defense. Houston's a great team. You know, it's funny. They're one of the best three-point shooting teams in the country. They don't take enough three-pointers. Because they take so long, they don't have as many attempts. That's all that it is, really. They're extremely effective. But to me, guys, yeah, maybe I'll go do it Ron style. It's a close game. My premium's on the side. But look, you have to almost choose one way or the other. Can Florida overcome this a little bit? Maybe if you're one of those people that, hey, high score Florida, low score Houston, I don't know if that's going to necessarily be the case. I don't think Florida has a choice. I think Houston, Florida can still win the game if they're down in the 130s or something like that. I'm ending up on the under here because I don't think Florida has a choice. I think Houston plays the way that they play, and it's hard to, get kind of out of that tempo, that sync, right? You might go all the way down, but Houston gets back so well on defense. That's where they play their defense. It's not like they purposely walk the ball up and pass it around like it was 1978 four corners offense or anything. They're very deliberate. They take their time and they make sure they're always back defensively and doing a great job. So I'm going to go with the under here in the national championship game. And I'll let the other chips fall where they may. I don't know if you guys will have a pick for me here either, but I'll be interested to hear what you have to say about it. But I don't think that means it's an ugly game. I mean, look, it worked for Houston last time. Yes, they needed great play and a miracle to a certain extent there at the end of the game, or maybe some help with the reps. But, hey, Duke was getting all the calls until that last call went, so they don't have anything to stand on there, I don't think. So give me the under here in this one as my play, and I got the premium on the sides. But, man, it's going to be good. I really like the fact that it's this kind of contrast here, and let's see what wins out.
And kick it on over to Ron. What do you like here in the national championship game?
Pass. No, I'm kidding. Okay. I got a breakdown on this one. Hey, listen, the last time that Florida played a team that came back off a big win at the buzzer, if you remember, that was Maryland. And it's not a good spot for Houston. I'm going to tell you why. Okay. If you look at Auburn and Florida, that was a national championship, period. There's too much inside game for those two teams. Houston's going to shoot the three. And guess what? Florida doesn't allow the three. Florida is not going to give up that three. They give 28% to Auburn. They gave 30% to Alabama and all those SEC teams. Well, you know who they gave up the most percent to this year? Texas Tech. Who did Texas Tech beat? Houston on their home floor. All right. This is going to be a hell of a matchup. I agree with you on the under. That's why it doesn't necessarily correlate with the team, I don't think. But I'm going to tell you right now, it's a bad match for Houston. If they miss their threes, they are in trouble. And this could be a 6 to 7 point Florida win, in my opinion.
And for me in this one, I'm going to go pass on this one. I'm going to look at it different. I'm going to look at the first half here. The way things are rolling, you figure a slow kind of start, kind of lean to an under in the first half. It's kind of you feel each other out, see what everyone's going to do before we start seeing the real fireworks. So kind of lean to an under. But I'm going to take Houston here in the first half. It's been stuck at this 0.5 all day and all day yesterday when I looked at this as well. I'm going to grab that 0.5 with Houston here in the first half just because you look at what Florida's done in the tournament so far in the first halves, and they're only 1-4 in these first halves are this Florida team. And as we see in last game, they needed the big comeback to get the win in the full game. So I think that Houston has that advantage. They came back so late in that game, and I think that momentum carries over here in the first half. And the numbers that I got following 3 non-conference games, 26-8. In that first half, and then when the total has been sitting between 65.5 and 70.5 this year in that first half, Houston's 13-1 in that first half. So I'm going to grab that a little half point they're giving me with Houston in the first half, and I'm going to go with Houston to have the break in the locker room, and then as I think everybody has here, we got a premium on the side in this one. You can head it on over to Tony's Picks and scoop that out to see what I think happens in the second half of the game. So excited for it. Should be a good one. Can't wait to see the tip off of that. Well, on a little downer note, let's go check out this 2 slate NBA card because definitely not excited for that tonight at all. No excitement for me there, but maybe I might be able to find you a lean there.
I remember they used to not go against the college champion. It used to be a blank slate, but nowadays nobody cares anymore. Just throw a couple NBA games in there.
Wait till tomorrow night. This is the last week of the season. You're going to see a lot of games the next couple of days here. So. Yeah,
lots of games still going forward. So let's kick it. We got Sacramento on the back-to-back here in Detroit. Detroit laying 6.5 now. Come down half a point from this morning's line of 7. And then we got the 76ers taking on the Heat. Man, I seen that at 14. So some money coming in on the Sixers down to 13 for the Heat in that one, total 214. Let's take a look at the injury report. I was looking pre-show, and there was still a laundry list. Let me hit refresh. Maybe we got a little more news.
Decisions too.
All these game time decisions. We got Wiggins, we got Highsmith, we got Hero, we got Burks, we got Adebayo for the Heat. All game time decisions there. No Stevens, no Love, no Jovic out for the Heat. On the 76ers side of things, Lowry and Edwards game time decision. No drama, no Oubre, no Yabusele. I think those we continue to keep saying those three. Looking at the other game on the slate, Sacramento taking on Detroit. On the Sacramento side of things, Murray and Ellis game time decision. Ravia out for Sacramento. On the Detroit side of things, Harris and Durant game time decision for Detroit. Let's kick it on over to Ron. What do you like hearing these two NBA games, Ron?
Yeah, I got my NBA 3-point play winner yesterday with the Knicks, so you can grab that on the Sacramento-Detroit side on that one. But I'm going to look at Philadelphia and Miami. My number says 12, and I think it's heading that way, and there's probably good reason. So I think 13, 14, if you're still getting those, they're way too many points. I'm going to take – can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm going to take the Sixers plus the points.
Head on over to Ramon. What do you like hearing these ones, Ramon?
I'm just noting here. I'm going to go to the same game, and I'm going with the total over. And I'm looking right now, Rod, and I better bet it right now. The total's actually going up as we speak here. Showing now 215, 215 and a half, 216 even at one book right now. So this must be a little bit of a move here going on. It feels like here this thing opened up a couple of points lower. I like the over here in this one. Look, Miami is I know what Ron's saying here. Maybe this Miami, they feel like they're kind of stuck in their position. Yeah, they can move up a spot, but maybe not a lot of motivation. Just take a big sigh of relief with this big late push, really, that's kind of got them into the playoffs here. They're probably going to make it, but they can pass maybe one team with a few games left. They're a couple games back of the teams they're battling in that play-in. So
Four to play.
Yeah. And the thing, they are 10-1 against the spread. I know Ron knows that before he went with his pick. So to me, that puts a lot of weight on Ron's pick a little bit. So give me the over here in this one with this move here. Philadelphia's they're not playing any defense. They're not good. We know that. They've gone over in 13 of their last 18 games. This series is a little bit under, but I think this is pretty significant, up to 216 right here. And we might think of, Miami in defense a little bit, but mention that trend on Philadelphia, and both these teams do kind of trend over given the situation. I'm talking about when Philly's been on the road and Miami's been at home of late, more overs for sure. So I'll take the over tonight, Philly and Miami.
Kick it over to Ron. What do you like in these two, Ron?
Yeah, I'm good. You're good. It's your turn.
I know. I just was seeing if you were awake.
I'm not sleeping. I got it.
I know. For me here, these ones, one play for you. I like the Heat here in the first half. I'll lay the 7.5 that I see with the Heat here in the first half. Why? Well, you look at the Heat, what they've been doing in the first half of games, especially in the second half of the season. Well, 14-3 ATS in that first half of games at home. And you look what the 76ers have been doing on the road in the second half of the season and first half. Not so good. 2-13 ATS in the first half in games on the road. And also 6 or more games in 10 days. 2-12 are the 76ers in that first half. I think the Heat probably got a 10-point lead in that first half at the break. So give me the Heat minus the 7.5 there. All right, let's kick it on over to the MLB. Slate of things. We got, how many we got left on the board? 9? 10. 10 left on the board, right? Because we had 11 today.
All but one.
So let's kick it off, right? 3. All right, we'll do 3, and then 4. So let's see all the times. We'll do all the ones before the 7-10 games. So the early games, the ones that the 6:40 p.m. Eastern game. So St. Louis, Pittsburgh, Dodgers, Washington, and the Blue Jays taking on Boston. Kick it on over to Ron. What do you like in those 3?
Yeah, Blue Jays, tough loss in New York. Had a lot of chances yesterday to get it done. Even when Peterson, I thought that Toronto was going to bust it open. Peterson's trying to stay in the game with whatever he strained oblique or whatever he had, and then he hits a guy. I'm like, oh, yeah, you got to get him out of there. But look for Toronto to bounce back against Boston, who scored, 18 runs last night on Sunday Night Baseball. We got Barrios on the mound, too. I'm gonna take him to bounce back. Give me the Blue Jays in that one.
Kick it on over to Ramon. What do you like there in those ones, Ramon?
I'll go heads up with Ron in this one. Just with that pitching change, I think that's a little bit shaky. Actually, I know it's an upgrade for Toronto here, supposedly to go to Barrios, but within the last hour, that pitching change has been made. I know Lucas. He's probably more of a minor league guy, and he's probably more of an opener. But I have concerns right now about Barrios and these numbers so far this season. Hasn't been too good, and Fitz is a guy who, he might be a little bit of an opener too, but he was actually pushed back for this start. So the fact that the line after the reissuing of the line is down here under $1.30 or so, maybe it's $1.30 at the highest. I'm gonna go heads up with Ron tonight, and I'll go ahead and take Boston. So.
And for me in this slate of games, I like the under between the Dodgers and the Washington Nationals here in this one. I like what we've seen from May in his first start. Looked real good in that one. And from what I heard, the weather's not so nice. Rainy, miserable, cold. So I believe it's dropped down to that 7.5 there in Washington. With Gore going on the mound, I expect a low score in one. So give me the under 7.5 there in that one. Dodgers and the Nationals tonight. All right, let's kick it on to the next slate. Let's do we'll do the Marlins and the Mets, Twins and the Royals, Texas and the Cubs, Baltimore into Arizona. We'll kick it off over to Ramon to start it off here in this slate of four. What do you think there, Ramon?
Yeah, I'm going to pick on the Marlins here at this point with the Mets. I'll take them Mets on the run line here. I thought a pretty good price actually here with Senga on the mound, laying a run and a half today. I think you get them mostly at about minus $1.25. Now it's gone up here a little bit for sure. The Mets have been taking some probably public sharp action. I don't know, but it's all the way up to 285. But I'm going to lay the run line here with the Mets tonight. I think they're finally in a position where they can really beat up on somebody here, and I'm going to take them tonight against the Marlins. Yeah, the Marlins have had a few bright spots here early with those comeback victories, but I think this matchup with Kodai Senga in there, that's going to be enough for me. We see also with Belozo in there, he was kind of a late add to the rotation here for this start anyway. Wasn't they had waited to announce their starter. I'm sure it could be a spot here for Belozo, but his numbers aren't going to be that great. So I'm going to take the Mets here and lay the run line tonight, Rod.
Sounds good. Kick it on over to Ron. What do you like hearing these four, Ron?
Yeah, I got two premiums in this spot right here. You can get that as my MLB Grand Slam 3-pack. But I'm going to look at my Royals. We're getting Woods Richardson on the mound against Lorenzen. Lorenzen was really good on the road last year, not too good at Kauffman Stadium. Minnesota just blew it yesterday. I mean, they had it won and just let it go to Houston. So I'm going to take Minnesota plus 105.
And for me in this time spot, I'm looking at a couple spots. I like the over Texas and Chicago in that one. 6. This is just too low in that one. I know it's cold weather. It's not going to be nice in Chicago. A little breezy and windy, but 6. Yeah, you can sneeze and get over 6. So give me the over in Texas and Chicago. And then Zach Gallen, his first start at home wasn't the greatest, but I expect him to bounce back here against the Baltimore squad. Sure, their offense is rolling along, but you trust that team? I don't trust that team. I trust them to make errors out in the field. We've seen them bumble the ball around. Fundamentally, not the greatest baseball team are rolling, as we see with their 4-6 record to kick it off. 7-3 to the overs, yeah, because they can bash the ball and have some offense. But maybe once they put some things together, I'll trust Baltimore, but not here at this spot. Don't trust them. I will take the Arizona Diamondbacks on that one, even with their little bit of crazy bullpen. I think Gallen can go deep enough in that one in that game, but we won't have to worry too much about that bullpen. All right, that's that section. Let's kick it off with the late section. We got Houston into Seattle, taking on Logan Gilbert and company. We got the Reds into San Francisco. Reds trying to knock off the first place Giants in that one. And then we got the Padres taking on the homeless of the Athletics and Severino going in that one. Let's kick it on over to Ramon. What do you like there in those three, Ramon?
Well, I'm going to go to the Giants in this winning streak. You mentioned first place. Dodgers who, Padres who. If the playoffs started today after just a week and a half, we'd be in first place, and the Dodgers and Padres would be the wild card. That's how good the Giants have been. Great job, Giants, on this winning streak right now. Look, Hunter Green's always can be a threat here, but I'm going to take him on the run line here and get the plus money tonight with the Giants. It's been going up here a little bit for sure, all the way up to $1.57. The send out was probably 20 cents lower, but I think everybody's kind of on to the Giants here a little bit right now. Look, I don't think there's any value with this play, but I like the Giants here to get a run line victory tonight over Cincinnati. Cincinnati probably not off to the start that they were hoping for right now, given their 3-7 record. They're always going to be hoping for more, but they've been losing a few here of late. They just got beat in the last series out there against Milwaukee, 3 out of 4, and lost the last game 8-2. So I'm going to go with the Giants on the run line tonight, and they are getting plus about $1.40 or so, I think, on that run line. So give me the Giants tonight to smoke the Reds.
Kick on over to Ron. What do you like here in these three late night MLB games, Ron?
I got my third of my 3-pack in this one with that Cincinnati Frisco game. So get that 3-pack right now at Tony's Picks. I'm gonna look at Seattle. I know Gilbert came out not really looking good in that first start, but I think he bounces back here, and I'll lay that with Seattle and also San Diego. They had a rough weekend in Chicago, but they did salvage that third game yesterday. So they're not playing the Cubs. They're not playing any of these teams that can hit. They're playing the lowly whatever they are, Athletics, Tent City Athletics, I guess we're calling them right now. So Severino on the mound. I don't know why it's that line is so low, but I'm not going to lay that juice with San Diego. I'm going to do a run line. Give me -1.5 with San Diego.
And for me, first one I'm looking at, I like Houston and at the Seattle game. I like Logan Gilbert to get over 18.5 outs in this game. I think he stays in there long, good enough amount of innings, and we get over that 18.5 outs with Logan Gilbert. I think this is, as Ron alluded to, one of his best starts that we've seen in this year. It'll be his third start of the year, right? So it's always that third start to get things to rolling, and I think they do here against this Houston squad that this opened at a +160 for Houston. Not a lot of people on this Houston team. A lot of money coming in on Houston to drop this down to a $1.40. I believe in Logan Gilbert here in this one, so I'll take the over 18.5 there on that one. And then I agree. How can you not? I'm not standing in front of the Giants the way they've been rolling. This Giants squad, hey, it is Hunter Green on the other side. So, hey, not a bad pitcher for the Reds. Probably get a pitcher's duel. That's why the total's at 7. But what the Giants have been doing against right-handed starters all season, well, they're 6-0 this year versus right-handed starters. So I agree with the role. Give me the Giants there in that matchup. All right, let's get on over to the ice. Let's see what we got rolling over there. A few games on the slate, 5 to be exact. We'll wrap them all up in one slot. We got the Kings hosting Seattle. The Oilers into Anaheim to take on the Ducks. Calgary into San Jose to take on the Sharks. Tampa Bay taking on the Rangers. And then big game of the night, Blues into Winnipeg taking on the Jets. Kicking on over to Ron. What do you like there in those 5, Ron?
Yeah, I got a couple in there, and I got my NHL penalty shot there. You can get that right now at Tony's Picks. Winner yesterday with Ottawa on the puck line. I'm going to look at the Rangers. This is do or die. That's it. They got to come tonight or they don't come at all. So Give me the Rangers plus 135. I also like the under with Vasilevsky and Shirkin going in goal. So give me that under 5.5. I'm gonna look at the Kings as well. I know it's a little expensive. If we can get them regulation, maybe down a little bit, but Kings are just unbelievable at home. I don't really like them on the puck line, but I'd take it if I have to, or lay one of Al Ninos's -1 puck lines, if you will. But I'll take -1.5. Give me the Kings.
Okay, go on with a Ramon. What do you like here in the NHL tonight, Ramon?
Yeah, I'll look at that Kings game as well, and I'll go to the total here. Seattle's been a kind of a rough against on the Kings. Actually, the Kraken have actually had some success against them. Look, I think maybe the Kings are complacent here a little bit. Probably feel like they're locked into their position at this point. Doesn't look like they'll be able to catch Vegas. They'll probably be able to hold off the Oilers here and finish right there in second place, setting up that series with the Oilers. So I'm going to go under, though, here in this one with Seattle and LA. I think in this one, Rod, I think for the most part, Kraken on the road, not going to be able to trust them. Ron talked about the dominance of the Kings at home. So Kings have gone under in 10 of their last 14 overall. 6 of the last 9 in the series have gone under, and Seattle's been a pretty good under team so far this month. 3 straight unders coming in. So you can actually get 6 under 15, 6 under 20 out there, which is a little bit interesting. I think generally the line's 5.5 over 25 or so, but there's some general 6s out there. Juice to the under. Score me wherever you want at 5.5, but I'm going to go under here with the Kraken and the Kings tonight.
And yeah, I kind of leave you under there with you, but you know what? I'm going to take a shot here with Seattle, just as you said. Yeah. Sometimes you can catch it's. Am I going to try to catch a falling knife? Definitely, I'm trying to catch a falling knife here with the Seattle Kraken in this spot. Why? Because you look at Seattle; they are 1-18 in the last 19 night games versus a team on a winning streak. But hey, they're on a winning streak themselves, so someone's winning streak's got to come to an end here. Seattle's won a couple games themselves where they've scored 5 goals and 5 goals. So. When you get a team that's like, look at Buffalo, all of a sudden Buffalo starts winning. Craziness. They can't win games. There's no pressure, right? No pressure on Seattle. Really, you got nothing to lose, nothing to gain. Some of these guys actually playing for a job is usually what happens in some of these games. So I'll take a shot there with Seattle in that matchup. And then another one, I'll take a shot with the Ducks here in this one to beat the Oilers again this season. They've already beat them 2 of the 3. And then you look at why? Because it's probably Oliver Rodriguez getting a start for the Oilers here in this one for his first start of the year, most likely. Because the news on Stuart Skinner so far not looking good. We'll see what happens. But if it's going to be Picard, well, you're going to need a backup, and that will be Oliver Rodriguez. So you need to see what he can do, and nothing like throwing them up against the Ducks squad that loves to take on the Oilers. Should be Lucas Dostal going on their side for the Ducks as well. I believe Dostal's confirmed. Rodriguez not confirmed yet, but I'm still.
B-Rider says it's Rodriguez.
Yeah,
I thought he was confirmed.
No, the B-Rider said Rodriguez. I don't.
That's what I think too. So I'm going to take the shot with the Ducks there in that one. Oilers are also missing a bunch of guys as well.
Confirmed.
No McDavid, no Leon, no Ekholm. So definitely a bunch of guys out for the Oilers. Worth a shot. They play on the Ducks in that one. All right, that wraps up the hockey slate for tonight. Wraps up the sports slate for this Monday. And as always, we'll kick it off over the capper. Actually, hold on one second. Somebody wanted themselves a Nerfy. You wanted a Nerfy?
Cincinnati, Cincinnati, Frisco.
Let's see. Let's see if we can find someone. Give me I like the Blue Jays Nerfy here tonight. Will be my give me the Nerfy in Boston and Toronto. We've seen Boston put up 18 in that last night in that one. So with the change to Barrios, yeah, let's go no runs in that first inning in Boston tonight. Rainy, miserable night in Boston. That's where I like it. Jays have already been in the last 2 with Nerfy, so I'll go with that one there for Nerfy.
I'll go Frisco, Cincinnati.
And you go the San Fran one.
Yep.
I'll go Texas and the Cubs.
Texas and the Cubs.
How the hell is Texas
Yeah.
8-2 hitting 196 as a team? That's just amazing.
No,
to me.
hats off to Texas. I mean, if, you
Well, they haven't run into anybody good though.
prizes. Yeah, hey,
But yeah.
They get the Cubs now. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens tonight.
How about all three? There you go. You got a nerfing from all three of us there.
There you go. Good luck, Erica.
Yeah. All right, that brings us to the parlay section. Parlay, or we've got player prop, game in the future. We'll leave it up to the capper to decide. They will let you know what they like, and then they'll let you know what they got going over at Tony'sPicks.com, because that's where you can find our best bets, the bets that we are making tonight over at Tony'sPicks.com. Hit the link in the description. That'll get you right on over there, and you can find the best of the three Ramigos got rolling tonight. So let's kick it on over to Ramon. What do you got for us tonight, Ramon?
Now, I'll try a prop in the national championship game for sure here. I'm going to go with Juwan Roberts over 7.5 rebounds at a plus money. I think you plus 130, 135 there. I'm ramping up a little bit here on Roberts, matched up against Chinelu there mostly, I would think. So, look, I think the front courts will actually end up determining the game. And, yeah, Florida's got tall guys in there, but Roberts can be a very strong rebounder. I'm going to go over 7.5 rebounds at plus money for Juwan Roberts in the national championship game. My national championship pick is over at Tony'sPicks.com. It's close, so unless you feel confident, if you need just that little bit of urging there, why not check me out for the national championship game between Florida and Houston tonight. I got a 3-pack also in Major League Baseball tonight. Rod, and my $19 discount best bet comes to you tonight in the NBA. So you can check those plays out over at Tony'sPicks.com. Use promo code TonyT at checkout to save 15%. But it's all about the championship game tonight. Come on, let's go. 3.5 hours. Let's go.
Right? Excited. Can't wait. Kick it on over to Ron. What do you got for us tonight, Ron?
Yeah, tonight I got my NHL penalty shot play, and you got the NBA 3-point play in there, as well as a 3-pack on the diamond. My dog spreadsheets are working, guys, so keep an eye on these. Detroit's already hitting today. We're going to go Minnesota's the second one tonight. And who was the other one? Let me double check that really quick. It was Minnesota. It was Pittsburgh and Detroit. Those were the three. But I'll give you another one. I'm going to take the Florida Gators -1, so you can get that. And for KBO, we're taking the Doosan Bears tomorrow morning. So take those. We're doing very well on those. And for the Champions League, Real Madrid +0.5. Draw no bet. So, yeah, look at Real Madrid tomorrow against Arsenal.
And for me, little two.
Hold it.
Nice. For me, little two-teamer, we're going to go with Arizona and San Francisco on the diamond tonight. And then for me, over at Tony's Picks, just a couple plays rolling tonight. Lighter day for me. I got my college basketball national championship. Looking to finish my 22-27 and 177. 2025. Can't complain about my college basketball this year. Looking to finish it off strong with a nice little winner. So my best year ever in college basketball. So looking to finish it with a nice little winner there. And then my NHL one-timer play available there as well. Singly. 2 best bets at each sport over at Tony's Picks. Taking a light. MLB's kicked my butt. So I gave you the 2 I liked here. San Francisco and Arizona. The 2 I would have put in as premiums. You guys get them here because the premium side's been kicking my butt. Free plays have actually been pretty good. So I'll give it to you here free. Let's get a winner. That's what it seems to be with the MLB so far for me. I've been giving them out here. They've been winners. I give them out in the premium side. Let me get my butt whooped. So, hey, sometimes that happens in MLB. That's what happens. It's a long season, 4,000-something games to go through. So, hey, don't get too high when you're up and don't get too low when you're down low because, hey, things can turn around very quickly when you're doing what we're doing. So, definitely sad to see college basketball go, but, hey, lots of good stuff moving forward. We got the NBA playoffs right around the corner. We won't have to be worrying about these 20.5-point spreads much too longer. So that's good to see. more competitive basketball. Then about 10 days later, we'll have the NHL, and man, it's going to be absolutely
Were you up like
lights out.
4,000 this year, Rod? That was a hell of a year, man.
Yeah, about
You nailed
4,000.
college
Yeah, about
basketball.
4,000 units in basketball.
Nailed it, man. Great job.
Thanks. Can't complain about college basketball. It's sad to see it go. We got to wait 6 more months for it. And college basketball is going to get even more exciting. I'm excited to see the transfer portal. As much as it is, you have to do a little more work and deep diving when you because it's basically you reset everybody all back on different teams. Usually, guys here, guys there, but that's the fun part about college basketball. We're going to see some great games going forward in the tournament. No more of these blowout games on some sides, right? People are like, "Whoa, we're going to miss the Cinderella." I'm like, that doesn't mean you're not going to miss a Cinderella. They can still get in there. They still have a chance to the ball. We'll pick some in there. So, thanks everybody for tuning in for this Monday. Enjoy the College Basketball National Championship and have yourself a wonderful evening. Any final words before we head on out?
Enjoy the game tonight. It's going to be good.
It's going to be a great one. Yeah.
Definitely. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe, and make sure you come back tomorrow morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern for the Tony Picks morning show. And make sure you check out all the YouTube content that we got here at Tony's Picks as well, because you see plenty of the coverage you see on the happy hour, coverage you see on the morning show, putting some content up there, deep diving some of these games. Be sure to go check it out over at the archive section of the Tony's Picks YouTube. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Let's kickstart the week of winter. Have yourself a wonderful one, everybody. We'll catch you back again here on the happy hour tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern. Thanks, everybody. See you then.